G'day guys, AussieFIFA HD and welcome back to another episode of FUT Champions 2 Glory on my channel. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button to help it grow. Let's try and hit 15 likes, that would be much appreciated. And yeah, today you're going to be seeing some Division 1 gameplay with a new squad that I picked up. Now there wasn't too much difference to what I played with last weekend. However, you will see that I did make myself a purchase. You will notice that Giroud Piqué is indeed in the squad. I had 300 and something thousand coins laying around, and I also had Sergio Ramos in the team at the time, and I thought, why not? You know, why not just pick up this Team of the Year card and see how he plays, you know? Personally, I thought for me he might be a hit and miss, because I know people like him or they hate him, and that's why I thought maybe I would love him, maybe I would hate him, but I thought I would just try him out anyway. And if I do hate him, I'm going to sell him and keep the coins until I get the rewards on Friday, and then I'll go and pick myself up the man of the match, Sergio Ramos, which I've heard good things about, especially compared to his Team of the Year card. Sergio Ramos, there's not much difference between his man of the match and Team of the Year. Yes, he might have a little bit more dribbling and a little bit more passing, shooting, etc., but his defending stats, which is the most important thing, along with his pace, are fairly similar. So I'm thinking about picking up that man of the match card, Sergio Ramos, and playing him in this weekend league. However, you know, I'm still trying out with this Giroud Piqué. Giroud? I'm sorry if I got that mixed up. Giroud Piqué. I'm still trying him out. I'm not sure whether I enjoy him. He just seems to, as I said, you know, he's a hit and miss, and I did enjoy him. His defensive capabilities are very good. He seems to always make those solid tackles in the defensive line, but so can any defender. So can Eric Bailly, so can Sergio Ramos. I want to see, you know, an outstanding difference between Sergio Ramos and Giroud Piqué for me to keep Piqué, because he's something like 450k. So I wouldn't mind using that, you know, that dough on some other player that might benefit from the extra coins rather than the centre back position. So I'm sort of, you know, as I said, hit and miss with Giroud Piqué. However, I'm going to keep trying him out in Division 1 gameplay and see how he goes. You see, like, he's decent. He makes some decent tackles in the gameplay. However, yeah, as I said, you know, I'll just see how he indeed goes. Ronaldo, as always, was fantastic. He always seems to score brilliant goals for me, and he's always the game changer in FUT Champions. He just seems to always score that goal that, you know, any other player wouldn't be able to score in a tight situation where you might be 1-1 and there's 5 minutes left, and, you know, Ronaldo has that one chance that he finishes over any other player that wouldn't finish it, etc. You know, like Martial. He's great this year, absolutely fantastic. I'm sure you guys have tried out Martial this year, but when you compare him to Ronaldo, Ronaldo just seems to always finish his chances, and Martial does as well, don't get me wrong. However, I just seem to like Ronaldo more than Martial. Otherwise, I'd probably have Martial's inform in my side, and probably a complete BPL side, you know, without Ronaldo in it. And that went way off topic. However, I do have some questions, I believe, from the previous episodes of FUT Champions 2 Glory. And remember, if you do want me to answer any of them, or, you know, just comment on them, or just reply to any of them, just chuck them down below, and I'll be sure to answer them in the next episodes. So I do believe I had one from the actual squad builder that I uploaded this morning. It was a good question, actually. Or was it on there? Yeah, well, actually, there was one from Yusuf19631. He says, my chem OCD and lack of coins prevents me from using this team. Well, I do understand that, and I personally have a little bit OCD in FIFA, but not as much to say that I would be disappointed to use Hector Bellerin in left back. Look, I still would, you know. I would still use Hector Bellerin in left back, but some people just can't do that. They just can't with their OCD. And things like, for me, like, I'm very OCD with my first owners and how much I buy players for. If there's a Ronaldo up on the market for 1,002,000 coins, I will not buy that Ronaldo. But if there's one up there for 1 million coins exactly, then I would buy that one. Just sort of things like that. Like, I don't like to have odd numbers or just out of random numbers. If there was a Theo Walcott man of the match up on the market for, you know, 186,000 coins, I wouldn't buy it, even if it was the cheapest by 10k, just because of the OCD. I would rather go and buy a Theo Walcott that was at 195 or 200,000 coins, just because of how OCD I am. And it's really interesting to see what other people have with their OCD on FIFA. Like Yusuf, you said that yours would be, just from the Hector Bellerin being in left back position, and also that Silva up front being on 5 or 6 chem, whatever it was. I do sub him off. I don't know if you watched the video the whole way through, but I do sub that Silva off at the start, so you don't have to worry about it. But I do get what you're saying when you say that it's your OCD prevents doing that, because I'm similar in some certain ways. However, not in ways where if a player's in a different position, I'm not OCD about that. And that's what I'm trying to say there. Raul King says, I worked so hard to get into FUT Champions and I got 4 DCs in my first 4 matches, and I didn't took it serious. Well, he was meant to say there, I didn't take it serious anymore and got gold 3. Well, first of all, I don't know what you normally get, Raul King, but that's fantastic. Gold 3 is amazing. I mean, that's a 50% win rate at a FUT Champions. And when you think about it, if you're versing the top players in FIFA 17, and you're winning 50% of those, then I'd be proud of that. I honestly would be proud of that. And yeah, congratulations to you, Raul King. I'm not sure if gold 3 is good or bad for you, but if it's good for you, well then, well done. Thank you very much. Non-copyright music, Tribal NCS says, fantastic video, good job, have a smashing day. Well, thank you very much, my friend, and you have a smashing day yourself. Dean Ol FC7 says, how you get so good at FIFA? Well, I actually did answer that, and I said just by playing the game, my friend. Obviously practice makes perfect. I'm sure you guys have heard that saying before, that practice does make perfect. And yeah, myself, I play around 2 to 3 hours of FIFA a day, and then on the weekends I play up to 12 to 15 hours on FUT Champions, because you know how long they take. It's around at 15 minutes a game, it equals out to 10 hours, but you don't also count the extra time, or when you're out on fitness cards, or when you have a break. Like 10 hours is what the actual minutes in the games take, but you don't count when you're adding contracts, when you're adding fitness cards, when you go into extra time, penalties, etc. So it's anywhere from 12 to 15 hours on the weekend and about 2 to 3 hours through the week, and that is why I'm so good. I mean, well, I'm not being cocky. I'm not that good at FIFA. Like, I can get elite, but there's a lot more better players than me out in the world, obviously, than what I am. So I do thank you very much for saying that I am good, but I'm not that good, if you like. Alex Lopez says, Smalling Bailly won't get team this season. I reckon David Luiz, Matip, and Aldo are wheeled, etc. Well, when you said David Luiz, I thought, that's fantastic. If David Luiz got one, I would be happy, because David Luiz, in my opinion, is one of the best centre-backs in the game. I just don't use him because I did have his inform, but he was like 400k, and I'm like, man, I could buy Team of the Year PK for 400k. So I decided to sell David Luiz. It was a while ago when I used him, but I just decided to sell him because I just felt that he was a little bit too expensive for what you really got out of him. But if David Luiz's team of the season went for 500,000-600,000 coins, I would definitely pick it up, because I do love David Luiz in this game. Jed Hockton says, nice rant, mate. I do understand that DC would be super annoying. I've had it before in Division 7 and it annoys me. Ha ha ha. Yep, of course. That's what I said. That's what I said in episode number 40. And yeah, it does annoy me. And DCs need to be fixed, in my opinion, from EA. They just really do need to be fixed. Otherwise, I think they're going to have a lot less customers in the next FIFAs. I did have a lot more questions, but honestly, I don't think I'll have time in this episode, because it only is Div 1 gameplay and nothing much else for you guys to watch. And the next episode of FUT Champions to Glory will be the last remaining 5 games of the FUT Champions Weekend League, and I'll tell you what, we went really well. But that'll be it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Can we smash 15 likes? That would be amazing. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day, and peace.